So I will ask you to start to share the presentation of this digital transition blend and work methods workshop. So welcome to our training course on digital transition and blend and work methods. I will introduce myself first, start to kick off the webinar. So my name is Anna. I'm project assistant at All Digital, and I will be your host for this workshop. Some of you know All Digital, but for those of you that don't know All Digital, I'll just introduce what is. It's an pan-European association based in Brussels, and currently we have over 100 members of organization across Europe, which work in the field of digital education and digital skills from basic to advanced. We also work on digital inclusion, emerging technology, like AI, for example, and similar. We also have different industry-funded projects in our portfolio. And the reason we are all here today is one of these projects, which is iBox. We can move to the next slide. So yes, now that we have briefly set the stage and share who we are, so who I am and my organization, who is. And it's time to share some practicalities before we dive into the content. So we decided to put some digital tools in practice today. And so through the models, we will be using the Padlet for different purposes. So if you scan this QR code, you will see a Padlet where you can find all the activities there, all the links and QR codes. And we also like to encourage to interact in the comment section of the Padlet. Of course, we will tell you when is the time to check the Padlet, but keep the link somewhere or keep the Padlet open in the background all the time. And if you have actually, not yet for this slide, but if you actually if you can actually share the Padlet page, we can briefly see all together how it's looking like. And yes, it's coming. But for those that have already opened it, you will see different columns. The first column is dedicated to the module 1, the second for the module 2, and the third for the module 3. And today we will concentrate, of course, on the first column, which is the module 1. And you can also see some takeaway column that briefly explain all the topics that we went through for each module that we will go through for each module. And so let's concentrate on the first today. But to kick off the webinar and the workshop, I can introduce the first activities today. So we can also get it from the Padlet, as you can see. So I really like to know, how are you feeling today? So scan the QR code and let us know what is your mood today at 12 type. Let's go back to the presentation, and whilst the colleagues are gonna share the main slides, I will introduce you what is iBox. So first thing, what is iBox? So iBox is a project that aims at ensuring more inclusive organization and more inclusive education approach and actions through a capacity building process to better face and respond to the current and future societal challenges. This project aims to provide a solution for education and training providers like NGOs and CVOs to address the needs in terms of capacities to meet the new and continuing challenge, as I said, but become and to remain actually and become more inclusive and diverse while embracing the principle of a new, more digital way of working that all of us already know. So iBox is focused on 3 tracks. The learning object maybe is the next step, but let's keep on iBox slide. So iBox focus on 3 tracks. And the content is delivered in 3 different formats. Apart from the training, project partners prepared a compendium of inspiring practices on 3 core themes and inclusion and diversity charter, which include the most important step that NGOs and CVOs should take to ensure inclusion in their organization. So iBox is about inclusion and diversity topics. But for this workshop, we have the specific learning object, and we can go further with presentation. So in today's world, organizations are increasingly embracing digital technology and adopting flexible work arrangements that all of us is aware about. The global shift towards remote and flexible work arrangement, accelerated by the pandemic, has reshaped the traditional view of the workspace. And as a result, understanding and mastering digital transition and blended work methods have become crucial for the organization across all the industries. So the learning object of this training are to provide an overview of and enhance understanding of digital transition and its impact on the workplace. Another learning object is to educate participants about the importance of digital inclusion, to address inequalities in access to technology and raise awareness of the need to ensure equal access to the tool and resources needed for lifelong learning. And also, last but not least, to provide participants with the ability to embrace lifelong learning for digital skills, adapt and keep up with the pace of technology. So along with the digital transition, it is necessary to recognize the importance of digital inclusion, bringing the digital divide, ensure that everyone, regardless of the background or circumstances, everyone has to access to the tools and the necessary skills to fully participate in the digital economy, which is the economy that we dive into every day on the daily basis. So this course also want to emphasize the significance of fostering inclusivity in the digital age. So here we see the digital transition of blended work methods, module 1, and today we will start with the first module of this training, and this module focused on digital transition and blended work methods. So digital technology is changing people's life and presents many opportunity for growth potential in Europe. The European strategies digital strategies actually aims to make digital transition beneficial for individual and organization. This is we are going to further with slides, so I will ask to go to the first main digital transition and blended work method, because we are spoiling content. So I was giving an overview of what European digital strategies aims about. So European Union aims to make digital transition beneficial for individual and organization, while advancing toward the goal of the climate neutral Europe by 2050. And for this matter, the European Commission is determined to make this European digital decade as it's crucial to strengthen the digital autonomy and set standards for the Europe. And how is doing it? Is doing it prioritizing areas such as the data, the infrastructure, and of course the technology. To shape the digital future across Europe, still the European Commission is focused on tackling the existing digital skills gap and promoting projects and strategies to improve the level of the digital skills in Europe. When it comes to NGOs and CVOs, the digital transition and the digital transformation creates opportunities, but of course also create challenges. There is always a double point of view. So now we can go further with the slide, and we can start by defining some key terms. So the first key terms is digitization. Digitization typically has the lowest impact on the system and identity change. Usually it entails the shift from analog to the digital service. So without a fundamental changing underlying system or identities. For instance, the digitization might involve offering downloadable membership application form on the organization website, but still, despite it being in a digital format, the applicants still need to print, to sign, to scan, and then to mail back the form or to email back the form, still maintaining the traditional process. So we still have the paper in the middle. So while the digitizing and the digitization refers to product conversion to a digital format, we have the second, we can go further with the presentation. We have the second concept, which is the digitalization, which is a broader term. Hence, digitalization focuses on potential changes in the process beyond simply digitizing the procedure and documents. For example, in NGOs and CVOs that coordinate volunteers, this will mean that the coordination is done through a specific software. So we eliminate paper in the case of the digitalization. Finally, the third key term, we have the digital transition that represents a deeper set of changes. It refers to the process of integrating digital technology within entities to maximize efficiency in their daily operation. And so this increase productivity and also can better achieve their objectives. And if we move further with the presentation, we will find out that we have another additional key concept, which is the concept, and this one is digital transformation. Digital transformation is an organization-wide project. It requires awareness and participation from all the stakeholders involved. It is important to remember that the digital transformation should not only focus on internal improvement within the organization, operation, and management, but it should also aim at transforming beneficiaries' experiences. So everyone should be able to benefit from the digital transformation. And the digital solutions are also a key to fighting climate change and achieving the green transition that our European Commission is working at. And we can see some relevant document initiative through the next slides that actually the European Commission is working at. And here are two examples of relevant documents and initiatives at European level. So we have the EU Digital Strategy and the DIP, but also there is the Digital Service Act, the Path to the Digital Decade, and so far and so on. This is just to show that many initiatives, policies, and strategies have been put in place at European Union level. And let's go further, and we can see benefits and challenges. What does that mean? It means that living and working in an ever-changing world where individual and organization alike are encountering increasing turbulent environments certainly affect the organization performance. The implementation of and research of digital transition have rapidly increased in the last few years, which also brought many benefits and also challenges associated with the digital transformation. And so in this case, we would like to hear from you. We have prepared another couple of Mentimeters going further with the presentation. We'll see we have the benefit of digital transition QR code. So I don't know if Veronica, we can share the result of this through activities through the Mentimeter. Otherwise, we can just maybe use the chat and ask participants if they have one word to share when it comes to think about a benefit of the digital transition.
I'm sharing.
This one is the previous
one.
Yes, maybe you can go further and see what happened. So maybe we can try, and so I'll ask you. I would like to hear from you and use the QR code for this activity.
I can opening the path.
And
is
let's
that one,
see.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the QR code?
That's the QR code, exactly.
And now I can share once everybody has it.
this is the QR code that everyone can scan and have the activity done. So they just have to share one word that comes in their mind once they think about a benefit of the digital transition, which one could be. And we should be able to see it, to see all the results, what participants shared through a cloud word results. That's yeah, but I think yeah, there you go, we have it. So let's see. Okay, we have digital divide as the main typed word, but I'm not sure how much it could be related with a benefit. Maybe it could be a challenge.
Yeah, sorry, this is those are the challenges.
Okay, yeah, because yes, it was a little bit weird to read the digital divide as a benefit of digital transition. But I think at this point we have these technical issues today because we haven't been prepared with devices. So you see the importance of the digital skills, but sometimes it's also important, most of the time, also devices are crucial in order to have digital important and good digital skills as well. So I see participants already sharing their thoughts about benefit of digital transition in the chat. And I see Katarina, connectivity, absolutely true. Connectivity is one of the most important benefits because people from all around the world can connect to each other in real time. And I see also Hadil, continuing and sustainability, absolutely correct. And also I see distance learning and distance working, which is distance work, also a topic that we are gonna go through today with this webinar as well. So I think that we have clear in mind what could be a potential benefit of the digital transition. But now, going further with the webinars, I would like to ask you also what comes in your minds when we're talking about challenges of the digital transition. So let's see the other part of the digital transition. What can be a negative sides related to the digital transition that it's that we are going through nowadays? And I will give you a few moments to put together your thoughts and share it in the chat. Let's use the chat for today due the digital divide issues that we are going through. So when you think about a challenge that is related to the digital the digital transformation, what comes in your mind? I see shared, it's still the word clouds, and I saw it updating. So maybe participants are, I assume that participants are using the Padlet, which is great. Thank you. So still digital divide is the more typed word when it comes to think about a challenge related to digital transition. But also we have inequality, accessibility, financial situation, and social life. Isolation is also a good point. And yes, I think that this can be very well related with digital transformation as big challenge that we have to face. I also see the digital gap, which is absolutely true, that Katerina shared in the chat. But at this point, I really thank you to share your thoughts, and I think we can go further and see which are actually some benefits highlighted from the literature. So what the literature suggests. We can go further with the presentation. There you go. So here you are the benefits that the literature suggests about the digital transformation and transition. And these are often linked with a specific technology, such as cloud computing, big data, Internet of Things, or AI, artificial intelligence. But let's see each of them. So first, we see increased accessibility and inclusiveness of services, such as online training programs, which can be delivered to broader audience, as we are doing today, including individuals in remote areas or individuals with disabilities, such as offering closed captioning, screen readers, and sign languages interpretation. Moving further, we have a community engagement, so better communication, collaboration, networking opportunities, for example, between team members, between stakeholders, especially in network-based organizations. Then we have increased effectiveness, productivity, and performance. That's absolutely true, because we cut the timing with working timing as well. Remote and blended work opportunities, which increase flexibility, and so it's giving a good life-work balance as well. Capacity building and professional development, such as interactive online trainings and capacity building programs for team members and stakeholders. Still, we have adaptability and flexibility to changing circumstances and emergency trends. And last but not least, we have reduced cost and increased security. So looking into all benefits mentioned, now we can go further and see also we can find a pair of challenges of each of them. So overall, access to technology and the internet varies widely across region and population, which might intensify access inequalities. This will be further covered in a later units of this training, so we'll see later. Additionally, it is important not to underestimate the importance of the digital literacy skills. So both staff and stakeholders may lack necessary digital skills to offensively use digital tools and platforms, which require additional training and capacity building. Then we have complexity of digital technologies. So we move to the third challenge. Complexity of the digital technology integration and interoperability presents significant challenges. So introducing multiple platforms For instance, for the training, for the networking, for the communication, and all of us know what I'm relating, what I'm talking about. So all of this might lead to fragmentation and compatibility issues. This might also contribute to creating confusion among stakeholders as well. For example, this refers to where and how to contact whom and so far and so on. Going further, we have the resistance to change and is another aspect to consider and to be aware of when it comes to the digital transition. Digital transition is here. It's here, and I mean everyone is affected about it, and it affects every aspect of organizations, work, and it's also involving cultural shift and changes in organizational processes. This might seriously impact the process of digital transition, and it is important to find the right balance between the use and the integration of the digital technology, and it's also important to find the comfort zone, let's call it like this, of staff and stakeholders. So we, now that we went through all the main aspects of the benefit and the challenges of the digital transformation, I would like to hear from you if you have you ever experienced the digital fatigue. So you can unmute yourself and talk directly and let us know about your experience about related to digital fatigue, or you can use the Padlet if you like to experiment this tool that it might be new for you. Just I will wait for you to write something on Padlet, or as I said before, just feel free to use the microphone and share your experience related to the digital fatigue. And I will also ask to my colleague to have a look to the Padlet. I'll do the same. And I'll see if something comes in the comment. Let's see. I can relate that you are using the Padlet, and I can see that 100% of the votes here say yes. So to the question, have you ever experienced the digital fatigue? 100% of participants vote yes. So we can definitely relate that a digital fatigue is something that all of us experience during the working life, but I could also say our daily life. So let's go further, and I want to show you some, yes, I want to show you how many articles are written about this topic. So employees often find themselves using multiple apps. I do, for example. So we use apps and tools to manage work, task, and the communication. While this might increase effectiveness, as we said before, so is increasing also productivity, performance, and everything related to effectiveness. Actually, at the same time, it increased the digital fatigue. So if we wanna give what the digital fatigue refers to, it definitely refers to the tiredness and the lack of energy associated with the use of the digital devices and tools. And it can affect the individual mentally or physically and lead to symptoms such as headache, blurred vision, neck pain, and also insomnia. Additionally, all of us, I think, experience daily video conferences, meeting, and remote working tools, and those offer great opportunities for flexibility in the workplace. However, what has been observed, especially following the COVID-19 pandemic, that the use of these conference tools and meetings might result in exhaustion, overload, and fatigue. And you can find all these related articles on the Padlet as well. So if you want to go further with this topic. So lastly, going further in the presentation, yes, lastly, digital transition offer many opportunities and benefits, but it also raises different ethical concerns that we need to address. For example, the data privacy and security, the algorithm bias and fairness, and well-being and environmental impact. Similarly, with increasing of the EU, of the artificial intelligence across various sectors, as well as in education and training, it is crucial to use it responsibly and ethically, because there is the risk that the artificial intelligence system may reinforce existing biases and so contribute to environmental degradation and infringing upon human rights. And the probability of such risk is particularly severe for disadvantaged groups. AI has many potential, and one of these is for sure to deliver a significant advantage across numerous domains, but the lack of the ethical oversight might result in the amplification of the existing societal biases. AI and its use continue to be in the focus of many international institutions and organizations, and they're emphasizing the importance of its ethical use. For example, in November 2021, UNESCO published the recommendation of ethics of artificial intelligence. So there is a document that is related to the ethic use of artificial intelligence already, and this was endorsed by its 193 member states. I'm talking about UNESCO member states. So what is appear on the screen is Gene AI Edu logo, which is a course that you can find on all digital academy platform. If you are curious to know more about the use of the generative AI in education and training activities, you can sign up for free on our academy. So and start to enhance your AI skills related to education and training activities. And going further, I can show you how it looks like. And as you can see, this is the homepage of the All Digital Academy platform. And here are the diverse courses that you can find. And you can, as you can see, there is the GenAI icons course. And just beside, you can also find the full self-paced iBox course. And also that one is available on our academy. So now that we talk about the AI, the generative AI on the Padlet that I'm sure you are in love with, you can find this. It should be this one. No, this one is the wrong QR code to get the Padlet. So just take the link that you had already opened of your Padlet. And this is an activity that I would like to do with you. Let's move on from this slide and go to the next one. So go to the Padlet, check one of these AI, generative AI tools. I can suggest you Copilot because it's straightforward to use, so you don't need to sign up. And try to create an image just by the texting. So I'll give you 5 minutes to do these activities. And once you have your image ready, you can share it on the Padlet on the section related to this activity through the comments. So just you go to the comments and let's see what your imagination helped with the generative AI tools can make. Let's see what kind of images you can deliver with just a 5 minutes activities at a time, sorry.
And I'm sharing the right.
Yeah, you're sharing I can draw. That one is a Padlet generative AI tool, but I think for that one you can use it, but you have to sign up. So it's taking maybe a few more steps in order to make the activity. But there are other tools that are shared on Padlet, which are Copilot,
okay,
Mizu chatbot.
Which one do you want me to share?
Just the Padlet. There is the section about this activity, and participants will be shared the results. So the image that was generated through the AI tool in the comments. We are gonna wait them to show us what kind of image come up after the activity is done. So there is the specific section which is called a few example of AI tool, and there is bullet point list with the tool the generative AI tools that you can use in order to deliver this activity. You can click on it, choose one, and start to generate the image that you prefer. You can generate whatever comes in your mind related to your thoughts, to the things that you like to do during your free time, for example, your hobbies, whatever you love, whatever you like. For example, if you like to generate an image with cats taking tea, for example, these tools can generate it for you in just a few seconds. That's interesting. For example, last week, I was delivering a survey to submit to doctors for a research I'm doing. And in order to make the survey looking nicer, I asked Copilot to generate for me images of doctor using AI. And in just a few seconds, I got my images that I could put on the survey and making it look much nicer than before. So it was interesting and very well appreciated, I have to say. So let's see if any of you want to share the results in the comments. And maybe Veronica, if you want to share the Padlet on the plenary, so we can see in the real time if anyone share something. Exactly. Try using one of the tools mentioned above and share your results here. So there is one example my colleague has already shared 5 days ago while she was making the Padlet for this webinar. And she shared women working using their digital skills in a home. Okay, I see the presentation on the plenary. So let's delve into the second part of the workshop. So blended work methods. We were talking about digital technology, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. And we said that these are impacting everyday work and communication. During the pandemic of COVID-19, we observed the change in the discourse around the blended work methods. And as the organization and educational system had to rapidly switch to online and distance working and learning as well. I think everyone remember the situation at that time. So blended work methods have become increasingly used to the different technological advancement, and also, of course, changing attitude towards work-life balance and the recognition of the flexibility, both for employers but also for employees. So going further with the presentation, we are going to watch a video to begin our discussion of on blended work. So let's skip this one because it's just the QR code leading to the Padlet. And this is the activity related to the video. So I will ask you to share your thoughts on Padlet while and also after watching the video, so we'll have time to think about. So, and based on the video, but also on your personal experience, I would like you to reflect. I would ask you to reflect on the following questions. So, what were the most striking aspects of the changing offices depicted in the video? How do these changings reflect broader trends in the modern workplace and the learning activities? And lastly, what role does technology play in shaping modern workspace and the learning environments? So now we are going to watch the video. I'm gonna play it here. Actually, my colleague is gonna play the video on the presentation. And let's see. Let's see what is this video is about. We cannot actually see the video. I see still the. Okay, maybe there is some trouble.
I'm on it. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
The office, where showing your face every day used to be the name of the game. But the game has changed.
To think about the office as purely a container for your people and your equipment is very outdated.
For large multinational firms, the pandemic and hybrid working have changed the very idea and purpose of the office.
The office of today in a post-pandemic world is a social destination.
Offices are being radically redesigned.
This is where we build the offices of the future.
The changing office is changing the way bosses manage employees.
A hybrid model requires a very high degree of trust.
And this new world of hybrid working could shape what cities look like.
Remote working will affect the way we plan our cities.
Here in the bustling capital of India, this design consultancy is mapping out the offices of the future.
What we do here is not only test products, but we also test design, we test human behavior, we test wellness, how all of these come together to make good design.
In the past, office design was functional at best. It was simply the place where employees went because they had to. But in management speak, there's been a paradigm shift. Since the pandemic, the offices of multinational companies have had dramatic facelifts.
So our office in Delhi is a prime example of what kind of office designs organizations are looking for in the post-pandemic world.
Out have gone rows of desks and cubicles. In have come collaboration spaces and relaxation zones, and even restaurants and bars. From Ericsson and Standard Chartered to Boston Consulting Group and Beam Suntory, some of the world's biggest companies have redesigned their offices. The main driver of this redesign boom is hybrid working. In the post-pandemic world, working partly at home and partly in the office is now seen as the new normal by many employees of multinational firms. This has redefined the purpose of company offices and the reasons why employees go there.
The office of today in a post-pandemic world is about a social destination. It is a place where employees come in to have informal learning and build their social capital in the organization.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I think that we all understood what was the purpose of the video. And just to highlight the video, highlight the transformation of the modern office and the adoption of the blended working methods. And I hope that you have you got the chance to reflect on what we just watched, and maybe share some thoughts on the Padlets. I don't have to view the Padlets. I cannot share the Padlet with you, but I can check by my own if any of you wrote something. I don't see any comments for the moment. I can give you the time to write on something. So the questions that I asked you to reflect about before were: what were the most strictly aspects of the changing office depicted in the videos? How do these change reflect broader trends in the modern workplace and learning activities? And last, what role does technology play in shaping modern workspace and learning environments? So these are the three questions that I ask you to focus on before watch the video. But you can actually just share on voice, just unmute yourself and share on voice here with us if you experience the blended work method, and if this affect the working life balance in some way, if it's affecting it in a good or in a bad way, for example. And if you actually prefer maybe to go back in a traditional working method, like just go to the office every day, 5 days a week, 9 to 5, that maybe this affects better your results, your working results. Let us know. We are all curious. I would like to hear from you some thoughts about it. Katarina, of course, go ahead.
So yes, thank you. So I would like to share that, well, from my experience as a master's student at Free University in Brussels, I started them in 2021 when we were in the middle of transitioning from traditional to a hybrid way of teaching. So I could experience both in classroom teaching, but also online, because we even had some professors who were not in Belgium physically, but they were tuning from United States, for example. So we could have a full experience of making the most of the fact that some teachers were not there, but also some of our classmates were back in their home countries as well due to different commitments. So it really helped a lot to adapt the learning process to meet the individual needs and circumstances. Also, when we missed some lectures, it was very easy to access recordings and documents that otherwise we would have missed if it was only purely traditional way of teaching. So it was something that we have very much liked, and it was the benefit of our program of educational sciences. But we also had a divide, because when we were following some optional courses from other faculties, we were met with those very traditional teachers who just wanted to have everyone attend in person, who did not want to share recordings or any materials, which was something that wasn't really fair. So we also could experience some hesitation and resistance to new technologies and learning, in spite of new changes and developments that were happening as we were seeing in academia, but also in the workplace as well. So there are definitely very important advantages to this learning, but also addressing the resistance, technology, and also the digital fatigue that everyone was experiencing as we were following the courses throughout 2 years. is something that needs to also be addressed more in the following years if we are going to continue with this hybrid method of work, which will definitely be the case.
Absolutely true, Katarina. I agree with you for everything that you shared. I also have academic experience in actually mostly learning. So my academic course was also blended, but due to pandemic, we did most of the thing through the platform of my campus. So yeah, I have to say that I really enjoy this way how to study my academic path and going through my academic path because was more like, let's say, personalized. So it was meeting my needs and circumstances. So yeah, yes, we saw the video, and now let's see. A second, please. We can go, yes, exactly, to blended work method slides. Give me just a second. So we saw what is the blended work and what is the blended work method in the specific. And we could see that blended work methods typically typically involve a mix of remote work, so employees working from location outside of the traditional office, and we saw it, in-person work, so face-to-face collaboration, meeting and activities, and flexible arrangement. So employees adjust their work hours to accommodate personal preferences, family responsibilities, and productive times. And also we see to meet specific person needs. We can see some benefits, so we can highlight some benefits, go further with the presentation. And one of the compelling aspects of the hybrid work for employees is the freedom to select their office days. I'll ask Cecile if you can go further with the presentation and change the slides so we can have a good understanding of which are the key benefits for the blended work method. So we just say that the essence of in-person work lies in fostering collaboration and bonding with colleagues, which is more likely to occur when companies establish clear guidelines about who should be present in the office on specific days a week. And this is about the enhancing flexibility. Also, work-life balance. Yes, we can refer about these benefits, like giving the increasing interest in maintaining, you know, a healthy work-life balance. So people now are really caring about psychology, well-being, and also the job performance are gaining increasing relevance and significance. Also because the working life balance is better achieved with a blended work method. And then we have going further, here directives also optimize the advantage of remote work days. If office hours are most effectively utilized for the lively collaboration and social interaction, remote work days logically become the design and time for individual and so individual can focus on tasks. Additionally, embracing blended working represent a strategic approach for companies to cut costs, particularly in terms of real estate expenses, and to exhibit corporate social responsibility. But still, we know that if you do blended work, you definitely needs the real estate expense in the same way. So let's see now what are the challenges related to blended work method. Because blended working method, we can change challenges. Yes, I see. Blended working method may have also the downsides, especially for individually predominantly working remotely, and this challenge are highlighted here in the slide. So we can have this uncertainty regarding task and responsibility. Maybe sometimes when tasks are given is not that clear, and it could be difficult to reach out to the colleague to have some explanation on related on the task. Then we also have potential career stagnation to the auto-sign, auto-mind phenomenon that could happen when you are not in person in the office. Still, increase interferences between work and home life. This is the opposite side. When you are at home, maybe you are distracted, I don't know, about housekeeping, or maybe in case of woman that has kids, maybe they are at home and they are distracted about the kids' needs. This can happen as well. Moreover, going further, potential distraction and interruption from family members, and this is the case of the example that I just highlighted before. And also, lastly, we can also point at the pressure to remain available regardless of the location or the timing. And this is very easy to happen, that people working remotely extend the working time. And so we saw what is the blended work methods. But besides the blended work methods, there is also the blended learning methods, and that actually we were talking about before with our participants, because thinking about blended methods, it's very easy that come also from learning environment. So going further with the slide, we see that similarly to the blended work methods, as I said, there is the blended learning method. But what is blended learning method? Let's highlight what is it. So in the context of education and training, refers to approach that combine traditional face-to-face instruction with online learning experiences. And this method aims to leverage the strength of both in-person and digital learning environments, and this helps to enhance the educational experience and accommodate diverse learning style, as also Francesca highlighted before. Looking into the benefits of online learning, we can highlight the interactive learning process, because we can combine different modalities of learning, accommodating different learning styles. Another benefit could be enhancing learners' autonomy and flexibility in access learning material and structuring the learning process as it suits them the most. For example, with the self-paced courses always available online, a student can decide when and how long can stay and on the platform and learn. And then we have also a better comprehension of the course materials, because you can repeat the lecture when it comes to self-paced courses, or use method as a flipped classroom to approach the learning path. And of course, in the end, there is much greater learning engagement, but using digital tools to enhance the learning process. Today, we really strive to do that, but due to some technical issues, we couldn't do it in the best way. But hopefully, from the next webinar, everything will be all right in the technical aspect talking. And go further. No, don't change, please. Stay on this. Stay on this slide, please. So looking into the blended learning and challenges associated with it, the most prominent one is surely the access disparities and technologies issues as we experience it today. But also not all the learners have equal access to technology, and the technology is not always of the same quality. Everyone knows that is depend of the quality of devices, so depending also on the technology as a modality for learning, introduce the risk of technical glitches, as we said, internet connectivity issues, and also we experience it today, and the compatibility problem with different devices and software platform as well. And all these may lead to a disparity in the learning outcomes between learners, and this is a big issue. For example, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because my headphones just shut out. And so some example of work methods, I was saying some example of learning method in education and trainings are the one that are showed here in the slide. So we have the hybrid courses, the online discussion and collaborative tools, and multimedia resource and adapting learning platforms. Going very fast through them, the hybrid courses, it means having blending in-person and online instruction, which allow flexibility for learners to engage with courses material remotely, while still benefiting from the face-to-face interaction. iBox training is providing one such example, as long with the self-paced online training that you can find on the all digital platform. And so it offers synchronous online training as well as in-person training, and we already had some in-person training, and we will also have the next one for the final event here in Brussels on the 19th of November. And online discussion and collaborative tools. I refer to the blended learning, often utilize online discussion forum, and you can also find such a forum on our online platform, our learning online platform, sorry. And lastly, multimedia resources and adaptive learning platforms involves multiple sources of information and presenting that information. So such a video, you can find infographic. For some of them, they are available also VR tools. Then more basic tools like interactive quizzes. And also with the AI, the generative AI, nowadays you can also get personalized feedback or similars. So it's very, very broad. So as we are going through the end of this first webinar workshop about the digital transformation and working blended work methods. I really thank you again, all of you, to being part of this workshop today. I think at this point we can greet each other and see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. See you next week.